Good morning. Today I am going to make a loaded tamale casserole for our lunch. It's super easy, inexpensive, one pan meal if you want it to be. I'm going to also on the side have a pot of brown beans and a pot of greens. I've cooked the greens already in the chicken broth. Loaded tamale pie has basic ingredients. You may have to get you some enchilada sauce if you don't have that, but I'll show you what it takes. Okay, this is what you're gonna need. You're gonna need 2 boxes of the Jiffy corn muffin mix, a can of cream style corn, a cup of cheddar cheese to go in the cornbread, and you need another cup to go on top of it. You need a can of red enchilada sauce. This is just the smaller 10-ounce can. It doesn't matter what brand. You need a half a cup of milk, 2 eggs, a teaspoon of chili powder, and a half a teaspoon of cumin. The recipe calls for 2 cups of chicken, but my family likes more meat, so I'm doing 4. And this is just, I buy the 10-pound bags of long legs, and I go ahead and cook them in my Instant Pot and debone them, and then I have chicken ready for different recipes. So we'll get started. Okay, this is what you're gonna need to make the cornbread part of the recipe. You're gonna need 2 boxes of Jiffy corn muffin mix. These are 8.5 ounces. You need a can of cream style corn, a cup of cheese, and go ahead and leave that bag out because you're going to use the rest of it on top later. You need a half a cup of milk, 2 eggs, a teaspoon of chili powder, and a half a teaspoon of cumin. Let's get started. Okay, you're going to take your Jiffy corn muffin mix, and make sure you got a large bowl and a spoon. You're also going to need a 9x13 cake pan, and I went ahead and sprayed it with baking spray so it won't stick. I'm using a glass pan, but you can use a metal pan. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 400 degrees. You'll be baking this cornbread at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. All right, we got our corn muffin mix in the bowl. Here's our half a cup of milk. I used whole milk. You can use 2% or skim. This is a 14.25 ounce can of cream corn. Any brand will work. Cup of cheddar. You could probably use Colby Jack or different cheese if you want to. These are eggs from my chickens. What we do here, we crack them in a bowl to make sure they're all right. Because sometimes a chicken will steal one and you might miss it, and you don't want to cook them if they got a blood spot in them. There's our 2 eggs. We need a teaspoon of chili powder. Half teaspoon of cumin. I put my spices in these little cannon jars. I can store more because they stack really well on top of each other, and I just use cannon labels. If you decide you don't want to put a certain spice, those come off really simply. Just put them in the water and they wash right off. Okay, we got all of our ingredients in our bowl. You're just gonna mix it till everything is combined good. The cream and corn makes that cornbread taste extra good. All right, looks like everything is mixed up really well. You want to mix it until you don't have any large lumps in there. Put it into your greased 9x13 pan in your preheated oven at 400 for 20 minutes. I'll come back and I'll show you what's next. Okay, I just got our cornbread out of the oven. It had baked for the full 20 minutes. Now we're gonna put our enchilada sauce, which is 10-ounce can. Just kind of pour it over it evenly. Remember that this cornbread is hot, it just came out of the oven. This is 4 cups of diced dark meat chicken. You can use chicken breast if you want to. That's up to you. It needs to be cooked and diced up with a knife or debone it with your hands. It doesn't matter. My family likes a lot of chicken. You can get by with 2 cups if you want to in this recipe. But my bunch likes a lot of meat in the recipes. The only meat, well, never mind. I was going to say the only meatless meal we have is beans, but I have to put ham in them, so it's not meatless. Just spread your chicken out as evenly as you can so that there's a bite in every bit of it. This is the rest of my bag of shredded cheddar cheese. You use Colby Jack. Pepper Jack would be good if you like a little bit of heat. And you're just gonna cover everything up. This is gonna go back in the oven again at 400 until that cheese is good, melted and bubbly and starting to brown. Recipe says that'll take another 20 minutes. I don't know if it'll take a full 20. We'll keep an eye on it. If you want more cheese on top of this, go ahead. I'm just going to do that last little bit. I'll bring you back when it's done and show you. Okay, I just got it out of the oven. I did 15 minutes. The cheese didn't really brown, but I'm fine with that. It melted, everything's bubbling, it all looks good. Got a pot of brown beans going. My kale is already cooked in the Instant Pot in the chicken broth from this chicken. If this is too big of a serving for you, if you just have 1 or 2 people in your house, easily half it by doing 1 box of the Jiffy mix and half of all the other ingredients. Or even better, do 2 8x8 metal disposable pans. Freeze one. You'll have it for another day. I hope you make it. I hope you enjoy it. Y'all have a great day. Thank you for watching.